Rachel Zegler is innocent. She didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. So this has been the latest cope, the protecting of Rachel Zegler, which really, I guess nothing really surprises me anymore, but I do find it funny that when we have these insane actors, because it's not just the Rachel Zeglers of the world, we also have the Robert Downey Jr.'s and so on. The media will go out of their way to try to save them, curry favor with them in some way. And that's exactly what Paul Tassi is doing here with this Forbes article, saying, oh, it's just a bad movie. Rachel Zegler didn't have anything to do with it, when a ton of evidence can be presented, even from Disney insiders, which I talked about yesterday, on how she absolutely did all kinds of things that upset them and absolutely affected this movie. And I'm not saying everything she did is the main reason. It's a combination of things, like the movie being bad and a lot of the cringe surrounding the movie. Absolutely. But to say that she has no part to play in this is a cope. She's been running her mouth since the movie was announced, and it absolutely hurt this movie. Absolutely. Without question, hurt this movie. She has a history of hissy fits. Now, I talked about this yesterday. This is a big article that dropped yesterday. All kinds of nonsense surrounding her, saying how they tried to have the producer work with her. They got a social media guru for her. Things that she said left Gal Gadot in trouble. They had to hire security for her because of her tying the movie to Palestine. Crazy shit. Crazy shit going on with this movie. And this is why I don't think she ever works for Disney again, but big Hollywood studios probably are never going to touch her. Maybe in a few years, but for a while, they're not going to touch her. Like, she's up there with Ezra Miller now. And to be fair, I think Ezra Miller is a much worse person than she is. Ezra Miller did disgusting things, especially with children running around his little cult. Like, the police called his home like a cult. So, yeah, I think he's way worse than her. However, she's still, like, from a media optics point, pretty toxic. And that has a lot to do with her own narcissism and her inability to control herself. She even says she doesn't have a filter, which, I mean, you should probably work on that considering your business. So she'll be doing Broadway for a while. But one of the things that I kind of glossed over that I want to talk about in this is her Oscars thing. So, like, some of the rumors for a while have been that there's something going on between her and Gal Gadot. But it looks like during the movie shoot, there really wasn't any bad blood between them. And the article points that out. It was when she called Gal Gadot a professional pageant queen in an Instagram reply that the two seemed to have. That's when Gal had a big problem with her, it turns out. And this professional pageant queen comment here is very passive aggressive, which she has a history of doing. She is a very passive aggressive person. She has a history of it. This isn't her first problem that she's had with the Oscars. When the West Side Story movie was nominated, I guess she wasn't invited. She didn't get a ticket to the Oscars. Probably because she's a relative nobody compared to a lot of people, and they forgot. But she threw a big fit about it and got really passive-aggressive with the Oscars then, and she did end up getting a ticket. It's really not the best way to handle it, though. You should have maybe let, I don't know, Steven Spielberg make that comment and him get you the ticket. This could have gotten straightened that way. But it's her turning it into a social media circus that made it a problem, because it's not an isolated incident now. We've seen it time and time again with her. And Disney talked about that internally when that happened. And they kind of thought, okay, well, now maybe this was a bad idea, hiring her. But they went with it. They went with it. And now they're in the situation they're in. I think they're happy to just be done with this movie. Lilo and Stitch is right around the corner. I very much suspect that movie will be a massive hit. I think that movie makes big money. I think it makes $1 billion. That's my prediction for the live-action version of Lilo and Stitch. I think that movie makes $1 billion. Absolutely. But they're going to have a big loss with this one. But all of the dick riders for Rachel Zegler have me cracking up. Paul Tassi out here doing his best cope. All of these insiders coming out and talking about this movie now. It's a shit show, man. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below, if you would, please. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.